Hey guys, this review is commissioned by my awesome patron Osworthy. If there's a movie or show you'd like me to talk about, check out my Patreon in the description. So this is my first time talking about a full animated movie, and it's a movie I haven't even seen before, which is weird because I was a big Aardman animation fan as a kid. I had a lot of the Wallace and Gromit shorts on VHS, and Chicken Run was my absolute favorite movie for the longest time. I don't know if I'd say Flushed Away is Aardman's least popular film, but it's definitely one people don't talk about as much. And it's not really the movie's fault. Flushed Away was released in November 2006, 8 months before a much more popular movie about talking rats would come out. Up to this point, Aardman had carved a name for themselves by using almost exclusively stop-motion animation. Flushed Away was their first film to use CG, and while some believe that this was because the studio burned down, this was actually done because it would be too expensive to replicate water animation in claymation. But it was definitely an experiment for the company. It's one of their shorter films, clocking at just 77 minutes before credits. All I remember about this movie was these weird Nickelodeon commercials where kids would give themselves swirlies.
You guys gotta try this!
That boy ain't right.
I'd never seen this movie before being commissioned to review it, but seeing how I loved Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, I'd figured I'd give this movie a fair shot. So let's take a look at Flushed Away. The film opens with a faceless family in a Kensington flat leaving for a weekend holiday. Roddy, their domesticated house rat voiced by Hugh Jackman, goes full Home Alone and spends the whole day with these children's dolls that he's definitely never had sex with. We get a bunch of cute DreamWorks Easter eggs, and a quick shot of a DVD collection full of movies that'll sadly never be made. R.I.P. Ratman Trilogy. As the day winds down, we see Roddy is actually quite lonely, as he wishes he had someone to spend time with. His dream backfires when a sewer rat named Sid comes up through the pipes and goes to town on all the food the family inexplicably left out. Yeah, this is where the movie gets kind of gross. Not a haha funny gross, more like a gross for the sake of being gross. I never liked this type of humor as a kid, and I especially don't like it as an adult. The next day, Sid is watching the 2006 FIFA World Cup, when an ad pops up for England versus Germany. Which I'm pretty sure didn't happen. Look, I don't know anything about sports, but just in doing quick research, I'm pretty sure that match didn't happen in real life. Roddy tries to get rid of Sid by tricking him into getting into the toilet, which backfires because a sewer rat would obviously know what a toilet is. Roddy gets flushed away, and we get this weird Finding Nemo cameo.
Have you seen my dad?
Yeah, watching the scene, I agree, it would have been weird to see them try to replicate this water with claymation. While Aardman's classic character designs don't quite work in CG, I do think the water animation is spot on. Roddy gets stranded in the sewers with a bunch of slugs who are essentially the minions of the movie. He accidentally ruins a portrait a rat spent 3 years making, which is even more devastating when you learn rats only live to be about 3.5. Roddy finds a hidden metropolis in the sewers, which looks more like Disneyland than London. It even has its own crappy teacup ride. Yeah, how exactly did Disney come up with the idea for Zootopia? Roddy tries to get help from a fish and chips vendor who is planning to fry up Nemo. I'll be honest, I was really hoping this Nemo insert was actually dead. I think the studio wanted to do that, but at the last minute they were like, no, we can't piss off the overlords too much. Rodney burns his hand on the grill multiple times as he somehow doesn't understand the concept of letting go of things that are hot. The captain leads Roddy to a ship called the Jammy Dodger where... God damn these fucking slugs. He finds the captain, Rita, voiced by Kate Winslet, who is hiding from a gang of rats who she stole a valuable ruby from. Roddy gives away their position in the most British way possible.
Oh, sorry. Ah! Sorry.
The two are abducted by two hench rats, Spiky and Whitey, voiced by Andy Serkis and Bill Nye. Nope, the other one. The two tear the ship apart looking for the ruby.
I can feel it in my guts. That'll be last night's curry, Spike. I've got a bum like a Japanese flag.
God damn it, I love British slang. The rats get impatient and threaten to crush Roddy's nuts if he doesn't talk. Surprise, surprise, it turns out the ruby was in her back pocket the whole time. Roddy and Rita are taken to the head of the crime family, a toad voiced by Ian McKellen, who used to belong to Prince Charles before being replaced by a pet rat. People in England, is that true? Like, was Charles known for his weird childhood pets? As it turns out, Toad actually stole the ruby from Rita's father and plans to freeze the two to death.
Prepare to meet your maker, your ice maker.
God damn it, how much of my favorite talking animal movie is taken from this talking animal movie?
There's a paperclip in my back pocket. See if you can get it. In the pocket, in the pocket.
Well, it's not the raunchiest movie Jackman and Winslet have done together.
One left side of dribbly bit.
The two manage to escape by pulling a Superman 2 and make off with the ruby and the master cable that powers Toad's operation.
Keep your legs straight when you hit the water.
Okay, so the slapstick here really isn't that funny because the reactions are too small. It just weakens the impact of every blow, which is surprising seeing how Roddy gets kicked in the nuts 5 times in this scene. Roddy is chased through the city but escapes on Rita's boat, where he discovers the ruby is a fake. Roddy tells Rita if she helps him get back to his flat, he'll help her steal a real jewel from his owners. Meanwhile, we learn Toad wants the underground metropolis all to himself so he can have a place to raise his tadpoles. He plans to do this by killing all the sewer rats in London. Are we sure this man is the bad guy?
Enough games. To the Ratmobiles.
I think the biggest disappointment of this movie is that we don't actually get to see the Ratmobile. Like, they already teased us with the Ratman trilogy. The least they could do is pay it off. Rita takes Roddy to meet her family, who I'm guessing are super Mormons. Again, are we sure Toad is the bad guy? Rita gets the sewer maps from her father while Hugh Jackman's audition tape for the Tom Jones Jukebox musical somehow works its way into the movie.
She's a lady, talking about that old lady. Oh.
Roddy overhears Rita in the kitchen and mistakenly believes she's gonna betray him. Oh, so we're doing this bullshit now? Look, it didn't work in Shrek, it's not gonna work here. Instead of talking to Rita for 5 seconds, Roddy steals her boat and tries to get home. Unfortunately, the boat breaks down and Roddy still doesn't understand how not to touch things that make you go owie.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Fuck these slugs. Rita catches up to him and explains the misunderstanding, making the last 3 minutes of the movie entirely pointless. Rita kicks him off the boat until he wins her back with a ukulele serenade. That actually really slaps. The goons catch up to their boat and chase them through the sewers. The two manage to escape, so Toad brings in LaFrog and his frog squad to hunt them down.
I find everyone's pain funny but my own. I'm French.
That's Schadenfreude, which is German.
We surrender!
Ah, there you go, that's French. LaFrog tracks down the Jammy Dodger, and we get the best scene in the movie.
This dance of deception must end. Return what you have stolen from me. Enough dancing!
Their boat gets destroyed, but the two manage to escape the sewers and return to Roddy's flat, where he gives her the ruby as promised. So what exactly is she gonna do with this ruby when she gets home? Like, how does money work in this underground society? We see Sid still living in the flat, and if those dolls weren't fucked before, they certainly have been now. Rita and Roddy part ways as he realizes he might be tired of living on his own. Fuck these goddamn motherfucking slugs. Roddy realizes Toad is planning to flood the city during the FIFA World Cup at halftime when everybody will be using the bathroom. Rita gets captured off screen, not sure how that happened, and Toad takes back the master cable. Meaning all of this could have been avoided if she had just stayed in Roddy's flat for another 10 minutes. Roddy flushes himself back to the sewers to rescue Rita. The two defeat Toad and use liquid nitrogen to freeze the sewer water before it destroys the city. How exactly is this a solution? That wave is eventually gonna melt. None of the bad guys are sent to jail, so what's to stop them from going after Rita again? Also, Toad's plan makes no sense. He wanted to kill all the rats so his children would have the sewers to themselves. Here's the thing. Toads eat rats. Well, they're mice. But still, we see the frogs are canonically larger than the rats. Why not just wait for your kids to turn into toads and then unleash them on the city? You'd free up the sewers for your kids and provide them with an unlimited food supply, killing 2 rats with 1 stone. Whatever, I'm thinking way too much about this. The film comes to an end as Roddy decides to stay in the sewers with Rita. The two get a new boat, and Sid is eaten by the flat owner's new house cat. Good. Fuck him. So yeah, that was flushed away. It's definitely not my favorite Aardman film. I wouldn't even put it in my top 3. I'd say my top 3 would be Chicken Run, followed by Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and then Arthur Christmas. Now I know Arthur Christmas is probably their best movie, but I've only seen that twice. But still, having only seen it twice, that tells you a lot that it's my 3rd favorite. This definitely feels like it's meant for grade school kids, and there's a couple fun jokes for adults. If I had to describe mid-tier animated movies of the early 2000s, this is probably the film I would use as a reference. I'm definitely glad I saw it, but I'll probably never watch it again. But hey, that's just me. I didn't grow up with the movie. For those of you who did, what do you think of the movie? What's your favorite Aardman animated movie? Are you looking forward to the new Chicken Run sequel? Let me know in the comments. Shout out to my good friend parasol.p for designing my cartoon avatar. I thought it'd be nice to give you guys something to look at during the video other than this ugly mug, and he knocked it out of the park with this design. Be sure to check out his channel and let him know Matt sent you. I'm looking forward to doing more of these types of reviews in the future. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.